Can we switch spots?
No, this mic is fine.
It's my YouTube channel.
I just have to talk to you like this.
Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do something a little different to get to know me, and I brought my husband along today. Obviously it's nighttime. We had to do this while the baby was asleep, so.
You hear like things in the background. It's July 4th. And
Yes,
there's fireworks going off.
4th of July.
And not gunshots.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow night.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing a Catholic Q&A. It's actually his idea. The Q&A was my idea, but the Catholic part was his, and gotta give credit where credit is due. Woo! We're just gonna get started.
Yeah, so the first question is, which saint do you have a closest devotion to?
Okay, so for a long time, I didn't have a devotion to any saint. I didn't know.
Just Jesus.
Just Jesus.
Saint Jesus.
Yeah, and then after meeting you, I had a devotion to Mary, thanks to you. But that's a different story. So a saint that I've been close to recently has been Saint Therese of Lisieux. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I really like her. I feel like our personalities, like she's very sensitive, and I feel like she's been throughout, like in my life, in little parts of my life, like that I didn't even know she was in.
Yeah.
I'll look back and I'll be like, hey, that's a Saint Therese quote, or hey, my Bible has a Saint Therese quote on the front cover, and I had no idea it was her.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she's my saint right now. My
that's
bestie.
awesome.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, for me, a number of saints who like I've always felt drawn to and close to, but for me, it's Mary, the Virgin Mary, Saint Mary. You know.
Yeah.
I'm consecrated to her, and
Yeah.
I feel like she just kind of changed my life. I'm not saying I'm like super devout. Like I could be better, obviously, but I feel like she like helps guide us and guide
Absolutely.
me.
Yes.
She helped guide me meeting her.
You're gonna make me cry.
And obviously growing closer to her son, Jesus. That's what's the
Yes.
most important thing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Talking about Mary just makes me really emotional, because like I said, thanks to my husband, I didn't have a bond with her. I knew of her. She was, Our Lady of Guadalupe was very, it's part of our culture, the Mexican culture, so she's everywhere. I loved her, but I had no relationship with her, and I almost felt bad having a relationship with her because I didn't know her, and I almost felt like scared to have a relationship with her because I was like, what about Jesus?
Yeah.
And as I got to know her, and as I met my husband, and I saw the bond that you had with her, I wanted that. I was just like, wow, I didn't know, especially a male having a connection with Mary.
I am a male.
A man. So he basically introduced me to his bestie, Mother Mary.
Well, I think a lot of Catholics are kind of like scared to have a close relationship with her. It's not just like, other Christians like Protestants and stuff, but there are some Catholics who are, but you can never love Mary too much. Like Christ wants us to love his mother and have a special devotion to her.
Yes. My dad once told me, I think it's when I was like having I was just having a lot of questions about my faith. I was a lot younger, and he said, don't be afraid to love Mary because you can never love her too much, or you can never love her more than Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's so true. Jesus loves her 100 times more, and even though I love her so much, and I think she has changed my life, especially during motherhood. Like I have seen her, I just know that she's praying for me, and I feel very close to her, and I'm so happy that she's my mom.
Next up, what is your favorite prayer? It could be Catholic prayer or just, any type of Christian prayer. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite prayer?
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Okay. I think my favorite prayer is probably...
Is it the St. Michael prayer?
Okay. Yes, I love the St. Michael prayer. I love the Hail Mary, the Our Father. But my favorite prayer, and it's really small. It's not, some people might not even think it's a prayer, but it's Jesus, I trust in you.
I was gonna say that. Oh, but that's not.
Yeah,
that's
I just like.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good thing to say,
That's
like
so
if you're struggling or you're being tempted.
Do you say that often?
Yeah, I say it to myself. I just say it inside. Jesus, I trust in you. It goes back to like one of the apostles. I think it was like maybe Saint Paul or Saint Peter.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said something similar. But yeah, Jesus, I trust in you. It's really simple and easy to say.
I was gonna say basically the same thing. I was gonna say the litany of trust. Like that has been my favorite prayer. Litany. What's another word for litany? Like just prayer. And of course it does say Jesus, I trust in you, and it also says deliver me, Jesus. So like things like deliver me, Jesus, from
like temptation,
preoccupation from the past, and things like that. And I think it's a
things that we struggle with.
Yeah,
as
it's
humans.
so relatable, and I highly recommend it.
But that's what I say to myself.
Yeah, and I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful, and it's such a beautiful reminder too when you're struggling to just say, "Sis, I trust in you."
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
This might be a little deep question here, but how old were you when you feel like you became closer to God?
Yeah,
and
I get it.
I guess how it
Like,
happened. If you don't feel comfortable saying
if you
that.
had a reversion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm constantly having reversions as I get older. My first one, I feel like I was 13. And that was it. And I don't know if this is common for everybody, but I feel like my reversions happen when I'm struggling. And mine was when I was going through like really bad anxiety and kind of depressed, and just kind of struggling from like PTSD a little bit. And this is about when I almost drowned in the ocean with my siblings. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't really recover from that if they don't have faith. And I really struggled a lot. And it wasn't until, oh my goodness, I'm trying not to like say the whole story because maybe this can be for like another time. But basically what happened was I had a fear of dying. And it wasn't until I surrendered that fear and I said, you know what, Jesus, like, if you want me to die, like, I'm not scared anymore. Like, I know I'm good, like, spiritually, so you can take me. And then it, like, I just felt like this lift. It just vanished. And now thinking back, I feel like it was like a demon, like, trying to manipulate my thoughts. And then I just rebuked it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful and amazing. Obviously, I knew that already.
Yeah.
For me, I think I was like 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's very common with everybody. You struggle with something, or you almost die, or you get like really injured. I was in a car wreck, and it was pretty bad. Like it could have been a lot worse. But it just sometimes like something just changes after something happens in your life.
You were in the hospital.
Yeah, I was in the hospital for a couple of days, but like I was born Catholic, raised, but you kind of, maybe this is a common theme with a lot of people watching this, you kind of just go through the motions when you're younger, and then all of a sudden like something just kind of clicks, it just all kind of comes together, and I think it's the Holy Spirit talking through us and guiding us, and that's what happened with me. Absolutely. And yeah, so I was like 18 years old.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe I feel like we were a little lucky because we had these reversions at such a young age.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of people don't see that until they're older.
If at all,
Yeah, if at all.
Hopefully they do.
Yeah, good question, honey.
Thank you. Well, I was about to start crying here, you know what I'm saying?
Me too. Got emotional.
Next question.
What is your favorite part about the Catholic faith?
My favorite part? That's a really good question. We should have started off with that. Oof, that's a deep question.
It is a deep question. It doesn't have to just be one.
I think
one of your favorites.
Like, I feel bad not saying that it's God. Like, my favorite part of the Catholic faith is Christ.
Of course. Yes.
It's, I guess, to be more in depth about it, that it's Christ's church that he started. And I'm not trying to get into discussion of what's a true church with people online or anything, but like, there is a direct line to Christ himself, and I think that's really special. And I'm so grateful to be a part of that.
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite things about the Catholic faith. I think I love that, I don't know if this makes sense, but it just has a lot of components. Does that make sense? Number one, I have recently learned to really love and appreciate the Holy Eucharist. I think
there you go.
That's one of the most beautiful things.
I feel bad not even saying that.
That's one of the most beautiful things about our faith. And like, as of like, I don't know, like 2 years ago, when we had that, like, you know, I'm talking about when we went to adoration. Yeah. I've just felt so close to God, and I feel like that's such a privilege to be like physically close to Jesus. Yeah. But that's just one of my favorite parts about the faith. There's like so many.
My favorite is the wine. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We don't even drink. That's just one of my favorite things about it. I love that. I love the music. I love the prayers. I love you. That's all we have for today. We want to do a little more Q&As. I feel like there are more questions that we want to ask and answer.
Yeah, and it's just not going to be like theology themed. It's going to be about daily life too. Like,
yeah, and like as a married couple, our Catholic faith.
Dating, kids, family life.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay tuned for more Catholic Q&As. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Bye.
Bye-bye.